San Francisco is set to become the first city in the United States to ban facial recognition technology following a vote by its Board of Supervisors. Public agencies such as the police force and transport authority will not be allowed to use the emerging technology. Opponents of the measure warn it could compromise safety. Dave Lee reports from San Francisco.
This is a promotional video from Amazon heralding the capabilities of its facial recognition software. But in San Francisco, the use of such innovations has now been outlawed, thanks to new rules passed overwhelmingly by city supervisors.
Ordinances passed on first reading. Madam Clerk,
The landmark ruling will make it illegal for any public agency, including law enforcement, to use facial recognition software. And any purchase of surveillance equipment of any kind, such as a camera, must be approved by city administrators. The ban will not apply to San Francisco's air or seaports, as they are operated by federal agencies rather than local. The move was enthusiastically backed by local civil liberties groups.
This is a system that is too dangerous to deploy because it allows the government to track who we are, where we go, and even who we associate with.
There are also concerns that the technology is unreliable, particularly when accurately recognizing women or people of color. Those against the measure said they recognize these flaws, but said the technology will improve and it could be a useful tool for public safety when used responsibly. We should keep the door open for that possibility. It's of course highly symbolic that this decision was made in the heart of the US technology industry, but this is a city that increasingly sees itself as the starting point for some incredibly important conversations about the future of invasive technology. Dave Lee, BBC News in San Francisco.
Director of the campaign group Big Brother Watch, Silky Carlo, is here. Thanks so much for coming in to talk to us. Is San Francisco right to ban this software?
Absolutely. It's a very significant and symbolic decision that's been made right near the heart of Silicon Valley, where, of course, there's always the impetus to be using new technologies. And I think this is an important signal that says just because we can use something doesn't mean that we should. We're trying to do the same in the UK because our police forces at the moment are using live facial recognition for surveillance.
I thought only two were.
A number of forces have begun using it, and we are now potentially days away from the Metropolitan Police making a decision about the police's future use of facial recognition. We don't think it should be a police decision, but if they do decide to go ahead, then we will bring litigation and try to do exactly what San Francisco's done.
So what's your main objection? Because isn't this ultimately a useful and valuable tool in keeping the public safe, or helping to keep the public safe?
I mean, I think we can have security without being a security state. And that's the message that's come from this ban and what we're trying to do with our campaign. This just goes too far. And I think for a country that has rejected ID cards, DNA database, we don't want to see people becoming walking ID cards.
So your main objection is a privacy issue, even if it helps to protect the public?
Well, all the evidence suggests at the moment it doesn't help to protect the public. It's incredibly inaccurate. But I think we need to look at the bigger picture. This is a privacy-altering, potentially society-changing technology whereby people can be tracked and recorded all the time, everywhere they go. So, as I say, I think we can have safety without going down that kind of police state route.
You say it's inaccurate, by which I assume you mean the technology, but technology will improve, won't it? So can you see a point where this might be more acceptable to you?
The technology will improve, and then we have just a different problem on our hands, really, because it is such a powerful, potentially powerful technology that does mean that people can be recorded and tracked everywhere they go. And I don't think that Britain wants to go down the route of China, but that's kind of where we're going at the moment. That's what we want to put a stop to. And I think the US is setting exactly the right example, and we risk setting a very dangerous example to other less democratic countries around the world that really want to get their hands on this.
No one has been wrongly arrested here, though, have they?
We've seen people, we haven't seen anyone being wrongly arrested, but we've seen people being wrongly, being misidentified and then stopped and ID'd by police. I've even seen a child in school uniform on his way home from school being swooped by police officers because he was misidentified by a system. And that's exactly the kind of policing that we really don't want to see in this country.
Silkie Carlo from the campaign group Big Brother Watch. Really good to talk to you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks.